Hey everyone, I'm Platty and welcome back to Rosenburg. This episode we will be working on further developing our touristic value by building an amusement park on the shore. We of course also need to make sure people can actually find their way here, so I will be adding an intercity bus depot first, and this episode did not really go the way that I wanted, so we end up building some random things as well, such as a French garden and a prison. It's a mixed bag of buildings, but I really enjoyed this episode, so let's jump right in. Alright, so I want the intercity bus station to go somewhere central. I scouted the area and I think this bit of green space next to the industrial area will be perfectly fine. And I'm thinking right here should be perfectly okay. Oh, alright, okay. This asset is way bigger than I remembered. I can still put this on this other side and demolish the commercial building, but I don't want to do that. It makes more sense to delete some of this industrial agricultural stuff up here. We've got a perfectly good farm in Barlow Heights, we don't need this. I love the functionality where you can get the buses to stop off the road into their own little shelter, so I'm moving this industrial suburban line in the depot. And let's de-zone this. I don't mind the industry in this area, it's just that I wouldn't mind it off the central road a bit more. And this location looks good to me, so let's landscape a bit around it. Now that our intercity bus depot is in place, loads of people will be happy to come visit our town. Let's give them something notable to visit. Of course the Sea Fortress is notable, but let's add something that may be a bit more fun. I want to add the amusement park right here. It's in this area that's catered to tourists anyway, so it makes sense to offer a sort of amusement park with a couple of rides. The land behind the shore is really flat, and I don't feel like wasting this valuable land on an amusement park in the middle of town, so I think I will just extend this land into the sea a little bit. It turned out a little bit smaller than I had hoped. That's just the limitation of this square. We're starting small anyway, so we'll make do with this for now and we can always expand later. And to gain some extra space, I'm just bending this road upwards a little bit. And here we go. The first couple of assets in the amusement park are these carnival type of entertainment. I'm personally not a huge fan of these things. I hate anything that twists or turns, but we'll have to wait a bit until we get to the good stuff like a roller coaster. Wait, I feel like maybe I'm struggling a bit with this path. I thought it would be useful to put in the keys that are also paths, but placing the amusement park paths has become a bit harder, and also people can actually just sneak into the park now. I'll try to figure something out with the paths and then I'll disconnect the keys. I'm putting all the policies on. I want the amusement park to attract visitors. In the meantime, I want to have a look at this neighborhood. I just want this to be residential, and I kind of want to extend the pattern that's already in place in the other parts of town. I also want to add a library in. I already meant to do that in Barlow Heights, but I didn't manage to fit that in. As a result, I think we should put a library here. I find that I'm struggling a bit with filling in this residential area, so I'm putting in some roads that fit into the road network of Highland Heights, so at least it looks like it was all designed together. This actually works really well for me. With this triangle at the bottom, I find it's easier to fill up this space around the library. Change the orientation of the zoning on a couple of roads to get full plots, and of course I will add a playground here. Now that I'm looking at this triangle, I don't really want to make this residential. I'm feeling a bit wild. We should add a club district here. It's great, it's right next to the touristic area. I didn't plan this up front, so let me just shoehorn something in. So this pedestrian area is what I settled on, though I obviously did not think it through that well, as there's a residential area right next to it and it's pretty loud. We can fix that with some landscaping, I hope. it didn't block the sound that much. I will take out this house in advance, we'll just pretend it was never built, and I think it fits a lot more to just put flats here, as I feel like these sort of inhabitants can handle a bit more noise. I will put the high-rise ban into place just because I don't want the flats to go crazy. Oh, this is exactly what I want. They look just great. I know they'll upgrade any second and we'll lose them, but it's whatever. I can enjoy it for now. Oh yeah, we made it to level 2. Let's head back to the amusement park right now. I'm being so boring and just plopping these amusement park assets in, but I can never wrap my head around planning the park properly when I don't have all the assets yet. So I am just getting this to level 5 and then designing it again. And speaking of getting to level 5, I should put a bus line in between the park and the intercity bus depot to coax people into visiting our super duper fun park. I'm getting rid of the street parking here. I want to add a parking facility so people can just park here when they go to the cinema or whatever. And our bus stop is well busy. Let's add the highest bus capacity we have. Our city could still use some residential, so I'm adding more high density along this corridor. I really want to maintain this green area. I find that we are lacking open green space in this part of Rosenburg. Because this is still relatively close to the touristic area, I want something decadent here so we can really show off how great our town is. It only feels right to put some French-inspired garden style right here. Let's get to landscaping. For a first attempt at a French garden, I'm happy with the way this looks. I'm sure our tourists will be impressed as well. I really was hoping we'd be a bit further ahead on our amusement park rankings. I haven't really planned anything else for this episode, so I'm looking for something else to do. We are also pretty close to a new milestone, I see, so we can just build another district to make some progress on that one. And then hopefully our amusement park will have upgraded by then. And now that we're in this high density area, let's just take this opportunity to add some office space here as well. I feel like this area is becoming the more modern part of town, so we can double down on that and add some sort of high-rise offices here. And I'll add this small pond park here. It fits just perfectly with the path behind it, and I can imagine the office workers would have their lunch break here during the summer months. I'm noticing we've been making a lot of money, and despite building a fair bit, we've actually gone up with our savings. I think a government should maintain mostly break even, maybe a slight savings, but I think we're going wild here. So I'm gonna do something wild and turn down the taxes for everyone. Also, this may be a bit of a stupid question, but since I've added these Rico buildings, I keep seeing them spawn into my city. I don't particularly want these old downtown buildings to pop up right here. If there is a way to go against that, do let me know. And while we do some more waiting, I'll actually put districts everywhere. I hadn't done that in most places yet. And I'll give some districts a more appropriate name too. Oh, this sucks. I hadn't put in a very proper pedestrian district before, and now that I've cleaned it up, all these people think they've decreased in land value. I don't think there's a solution for that right now. I think they'll just have to vacate the premises. Honestly, in general, it seems our land value is kind of low. It sucks that this French garden is all dark blue. I feel like it should be increasing the land value. I initially did not want this to be a city park because of the gates and the fact that I didn't want to add in park adlets, but I might still go ahead and add the gates to get a bit of land value increase. And I will add a pier here as well. As you can see, the city park helps a bit, but only marginally. I guess I would have to upgrade it to increase land value, but I don't think I will do that right now. I do still need to kill more time. I'm just letting this episode be led by the demand meters at this point. It seems now that the industrial demand is just a little bit up compared to the other ones. I still have a bakery to add as a result of the agricultural upgrades. This plot of industrial land has been empty for a while, so this seems like a perfectly good spot. I was having a look at the traffic for a while, and let me tell you, this roundabout situation above the highway is not doing it for me. For some reason my highway interchanges are always a bit whack. I'm going off the rails here and adding a local connection, but I'll cheat my way around it a bit. I don't actually own the tile here, but with a bit of move it I can actually bridge this highway section a bit longer, so we can sneak a local connection to Barlow Heights right under the bridge. I might even make this a bike connection too, so we can get people out of their car. Let's see if this connection is getting some usage yet. Whoa, alright, I'm really happy with this. Look at the amount of bikers that are already using it. And some of them are using it to go to work at the farms as well. I didn't think we really needed this connection, but I'm super pleased we added it anyway. Now this will actually be the very last thing we will do. I am giving up on getting the amusement park to level 5. I think we'll just start working on that in the coming episodes. I was checking out the general city vitals and it seems like we have a shortage of jail cells. I guess there's just a lot of crime or maybe like an underfunded police force, but I think we should add a prison. This area between the creek and the highway is really not far away from either Barlow Heights or Central Rosenburg, but because of the natural features, the road we just built and this little piece of highway we built a couple episodes ago, you do get a sort of in-between area that probably is not super desirable. Seems like a good spot for a prison, but we will hide it a bit in a forest. And this is the final result. I love the forest, the creek, and the walking path. We can pretend this is a super progressive prison that allows supervised walks in the forest. It almost looks like a place I wouldn't mind living at. There's a lot of housing shortages where I live, so you know, a forest and a roof above my head. Don't tempt me with a good time, you know. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. It was a bit all over the place, but honestly that was a lot of fun for me as well. I could really just play the game and build some random things. Don't forget to drop your thoughts and comments down below, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye!